So the first thing you see when you're landing in Senegal is this monument, and it's really, really quite amazing because it's so massive. So I'm going to play this video.
Oh, we can't see the video, Lou.
Okay, you can't see the video. So
You have to go to that particular screen.
yeah, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay. And okay, can you see it now, folks?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what it matters.
Hear it. Everybody
Yeah,
hear it?
you're good to go.
Oh. Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh. Wow. Beautiful. Mhm. Wow.
So
That's
yeah, that was
beautiful.
quite spectacular. By the way, you'll see how cosmopolitan the city of Dakar, that's in Dakar, Senegal, and it's very modern, cosmopolitan city. And that's a little bit about the statue there. They say it's the tallest statue in Africa. I've also heard it's the second tallest statue in the world, and it's larger than the Statue of Liberty, and it really jumps out at you when you're going in the plane. It's like you say, "Wow, what is that?"
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Wow.
so I was always very, very taken by this. I think, and so let me continue. So unlike some of my other trips, I stayed at this fancy dancy hotel while in Dakar called the Novotel, very modern city. But because I did development work, I didn't stick around that hotel very long because we had to go out into the rural areas and start working with less advantaged folks. So I'm going to take you on a drive in the rural areas, and y'all can
Wow.
see this. So that looks quite different, doesn't it, than Kenya and
Mm-hmm.
Tanzania?
Yes. Uh-huh. Indeed.
So look at the skies. Look at the skies. What do you see in the sky?
Nothing. No clouds.
I see the satellite tower.
Okay. Any comments about the sky?
It's not cloud. Don't have any clouds. It's just plain. It's not dark blue. Light.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe it's coming through different on your computer. But when you're there and on my computer, it looks like maybe a lightly overcast day. I mean, it's not a blue sky, right?
Yeah, no, it's
It,
not. It's kind
it's
of
like
grayish.
It's like a fog.
yeah, like a fog. The
Mm-hmm.
most one of the amazing things about Senegal is I've been to Senegal about 5 times. I never saw the blue sky. The sky is always this color, and those aren't clouds. So anybody have an idea of what that is in the sky?
Sand, dust.
Yeah. So the weather travels across the entire Sahara Desert, about 2,000 miles. Imagine crossing the whole United States, and there's nothing but desert. Well, that's what the weather does by the time it hits Senegal. So all the wind and all that's picked up all the sand dust, and you never see a blue sky. It's always this kind of gray color. Now that doesn't take away from the experience, but it's just an interesting observation. And so here's going out into the villages.
Yeah. Party. Work.
0, 9, 6, 0, 0, 3, 4. And then I'll keep going out into so now we're going into the rural areas. And I've got some still pictures because I want to show you how arid and dry it is there.
Yeah. Hey. Mm-hmm.
And do you see those two big trees in the background?
Yeah.
Anybody have idea the names of those trees?
Baobab trees.
Right. Who said that?
Elizabeth.
That's a good job. Yeah, those are the baobab trees. Yeah, those are the probably the most iconic trees in all of Africa. They're absolutely gigantic. And the trunks hold a massive amount of water. It's like a camel tree. The trunks hold this massive amount of water so that it can make it through the dry season. And
is there ever sunshine and blue skies?
I never saw blue sky as long as I was there. But I was there during the dry season. I never went there in the wet season. Maybe in the wet season when it rains, the rain washes the dust out of the sky.
That's real unusual. Because I was in Saudi Arabia and Iraq, and they had sandstorm, but they had sunny and blue sky days as well.
Well, that's interesting. But think about it though. The weather just crossed over. I don't know. It's way over 2,000 miles. It might be 4,000 miles from basically it's going from the Sinai Desert in south of Israel all the way to Senegal. I wonder how far that is. If anybody has a computer, I bet you can look it up or map it or something. I mean, that's at least 2,000 or 3,000 miles of nothing but desert that the weather goes through.
And it's picking up.
Without wind patterns is not unusual though.
Yeah. Some more baobab trees. And then I wanted to share this with you because the Senegalese along the coast are also a seafaring, the Wolof are a seafaring tribe. And so you see the boats there are a little bit different, aren't they? Than the ones we saw in Ghana.
The work boats.
Yeah.
The work boats. Instead of ground. But Lou, when I was went to Ghana, we had to go. We went during March. It was semi-cold in the United States, but it was nice in Ghana. But they said that's where they got the least sandstorm and the rain.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why we had to book for August. I wanted to go when almost in the midsummer to see how hot it really was there, and see if I could take it. But they said no, we had to come in March. They did March when they went to Kenya too. They did March during that time of year.
Okay. Yeah, March. So that's interesting. Well, let me. So you can see the Ghanaian boats though look a little more seaworthy. If you remember those, don't they? They
look a little bigger.
Yeah, maybe the waves aren't as big. where Senegal is.
Mhm.
I know in Ghana, those waves were huge. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
huge waves barreling in.
Mhm.
And nobody swam there. Nobody, because the undertow was so ferocious.
Oh, okay.
All right. And now here we are in the village. So this is the village we stayed in. It's called Tetegin. And the woman there is one of my travelers in the black dress. She's from Intel.
You want to see his kitchen?
Yes.
Yes.
You can see it's rather dry. People keep livestock, very common. And they don't have availability of wood. So you see most construction is made out of concrete block, cement block.
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
I went in one of them.
And that's also a cooking area there. The
Uh-huh.
village here was
Cooking,
much,
yeah.
it was I think a little better off than the Maasai village.
Lighting is bad, eh?
Naturel, hein?
Naturel. It's all natural, guys.
Donc là, tous les soirs, on mange du
By the way, in
couscous avec du
Senegal,
mil.
So
primary,
millet
the
is that
language
milled,
after
milled,
the first language is
oat thing I was
French.
telling you about. It's not really oat, but
Voilà.
So I don't
Nous, on est
speak a
parti à
word
la
of
pêche ce
French,
matin, tout à
but
l'heure.
the people who went with me all spoke French.
Voilà, les poissons sont là, elle a déjà préparé.
Oh, very good.
Voilà.
Ludo's are dirt floors.
Ça, c'est
Yes,
juste
that's
Yeah,
exactly.
huh? In
poisson,
the hole in the ground.
d'oignon, bouillon de cube.
I think the houses, though, the cement houses, I
Et là,
think
ça
had
va être
cement
mélangé avec
floor.
les mils.
avec le
Voilà,
mil.
la farine de
Okay,
mil.
so
Et c'est
this is
très,
just
très bon.
fish with a little water
This is just a
and
cooking
peppers
hut.
and onions.
Et ça,
And then they
ça,
serve it with the
Yeah, when
millet,
I was in Ghana, they made what called yasam stew
rice and some of those
in the pot in
ground,
Ghana. Mhm.
Et ça, c'est du bio.
yeah.
Biologique, hein?
Yeah.
On mange bien.
Voilà.
Yeah, I'll continue on from
Just
there.
like a
So this is the downtown main drag right here.
for Dior. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
What's the name of the city?
Dior.
Dior.
Spelled D-J-I-L-O-R.
This is amazing. It's a beautiful city.
CCLH.
A lot of
Their own
character.
apartments and,
A lot of character. So are these individual families then in here?
they're families, right? And so for instance, this is a good one. We were in here. This is the house we were in.
This is
So-
the actual house.
Yeah, so like one brother will live in that area with his wife, the next one lives in the other area. Grandma and uncle will be in the other one. When we came by, they were having a big party. I
Okay.
think we're a bit
Yeah,
late.
yeah.
This in.
Nice.
Bonjour, ça va?
Bonjour.
Oui.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's the
Beautiful.
chickens. So you see the whole family is kind of all in a corner.
Yeah,
Lot of
very
meat.
nice. You know, this pace of life I could feel is really contagious. I couldn't stick around here too long. Just because you,
Well, after 2 weeks, you'll see with the heat,
yeah.
we actually by the end of this week we will slow down.
Yeah.
That's why on the weekend you see the boys and everyone going out on Sunday when we have a day off.
Yeah.
Some people just want to relax.
I don't feel I don't feel a desire to answer email right now. It's sort of weird.
Hello.
Hello.
I shouldn't have said that. Oh, that was on tape. Shoot.
Look at the perfect day. See all the communities? This is one whole family in there.
Wow, look at that.
So when you say ça va, ça va means
Ça va?
it's going well, it's good, everything's good.
Yeah.
So allô, ça va?
Ça va? Ça va? Bon-
Allô's with the kids.
Bonjour, ça va?
Nice. Bonjour,
Yeah.
ça va?
Bonjour, ça va?
Ça va?
Bonjour, ça va? Oh, that worked. Wow. Ah, bonjour, ça va?
He's gonna test it out.
Bonjour. Bonjour.
Ah, vous allez bien?
Oui, toi?
Ça va très bien.
Nice.
So that's this the small village again, and then I think I've got some still shots. A lot of people raised various livestock in their village, in their courtyards. Lots of pigs were there, very popular. They're easy to raise, and that's me in my shirt long time ago. And so that's basically the village. And then the next picture,
J'aimerais les voir, les enfants.
this is why we were there. We were bringing computers to their school. So in this picture, we're awarding the computers to the school, and this is a elementary school. I believe these are fourth and fifth graders.
Yeah.
So we built computer labs in their schools. And the people with me are from Intel Corporation.
C'est pas grave. C'est les enfants. C'est toujours les enfants.
Et alors, on a le grand plaisir de vous présenter l'ordinateur.
Okay, great. And any thoughts or comments or reflections at this point? Anybody?
Hey Lou, Anne has had her hand up for a while.
Oh my gosh, Anne,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not sure if she wanted to say something from before, but
I did. Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, Anne.
Hi, Lou. I was just wondering about those steps going up to that statue. How many of them do you know?
128.
How many?
198.
Yeah,
98. 98.
198.
198.
Yeah.
So
How did you know that? How did you know that?
I wrote it down.
it said it in the video.
It showed on the screen
and it showed
on the video.
Yeah, it was in one of the captions.
Yep.
Oh, I must have missed that. I was trying to take care of some business.
49 meters high. Because you can
But
do
you
the
had to
elevator
walk
too.
those 198 steps.
Oh, they got an elevator there too. Okay.
Yep.
There's an elevator.
Hey, does anybody know the meaning of that statue? That statue definitely has meaning to it, doesn't it?
I know it. I don't know if this family represent family life. Something about family life.
Independence from the French.
Oh, that too.
I was curious why the baby had his hand one way and the mother had her
Why
hand
was the
the
boy
other way.
pointing his finger? That meant something, didn't it?
Yeah.
What was he pointing at?
To America. I thought it meant going across the river to see our family, you know.
He was pointing to America.
Yeah, those was a capture to America.
I think he was pointing inland, actually. When you look at the ocean, he was pointing the opposite direction from the ocean.
Yeah. Was he? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You all have computers. Does anybody want to Google it? I think the name of the statue was the African Renaissance statue, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the African Renaissance statue. Yeah, that's the name.
Does anybody on the call want to Google it and tell us what the meaning of that statue? Because that was a powerful statue.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't know that.
The independence from the French, right?
I don't know.
I know it said something about depicting family life, something about family life also. It said that, but it was moving so fast I couldn't really read everything.
Well, maybe Alex, are you still on the line?
Yeah, I'm here, Lou.
Alex, would you toggle off maybe and Google it, and meaning of the African Renaissance statue, and maybe tell us what it meant, what the meaning is?
It's a lot of information I'm reading here, but it's a lot of information.
It says, let's see, the story behind Senegal's African Renaissance monument. This monumental 49-meter-high bronze statue in the capital of Dakar was meant to symbolize the triumph of African liberation and rival the Statue of Liberty and the Eiffel Tower as a tourist destination.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So it was used as a trophy, like, hey, mine's bigger than yours. And it was and then it was also saying the triumph of African liberation.
I know Reverend Jesse Jackson went to the opening of that, as well as a number of African and African American leaders from around the world. Do you know why the young boy was pointing inland? Like, what's the meaning there?
Could be this is our country now. It doesn't belong to France.
I think so, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It says the point, let's see, it is asking all Africans to move forward for the sake of their children.
Oh, okay.
It does say they are pointing to the US, the leader of the world.
Mm-hmm.
What? It's pointing to the
Yep.
US?
For democracy. That's what they was trying to get, democracy.
Yeah, it says, will it point the
Mm-hmm.
way to a better Africa or will become a symbol for folly? Time will tell.
Much of the world heard the
Africa,
American dream and
it
believe
stands
it.
160 feet tall and can be seen for miles.
Fascinating.
It shows it proposes growth, chance, and natural transformation. It shows how time and the environment can have an impact on and shape the physical body. The boy is resolutely pointing his finger west. This pointing is a pointing to the future and pointing to the African diaspora.
Oh, wow. That's powerful.
Yeah.
This means this monument is the symbol uniting all peoples of African descent.
That's great.
Wow.
Liberation is the key word.
Mm-hmm.
Liberated.
The inauguration was set during Senegal's independence ceremony, but was meant as reaching to the whole continent. Many African leaders are present, and even Jesse Jackson came to give a speech.
But Luke, can I say something about that statue?
Yes, of course.
It's so ironic. It's so ironic what Alex has just talked about and the common destiny and all. But at the same time, that statue is also a symbol of continued colonialism because the people couldn't pay for it, right? So in order to maintain control, they had to give up the land that they got the loan. And that continues in Africa to this very moment. China particularly are buying up a lot of land, are giving loans that you cannot pay back. It's just another form of colonialism. So that's what's so ironic about that statue. It talks about the future, but what's going on and how you got the statue is the present and the past.
Oh, that's a really good point. Who said that? Who was it that said that?
That was Mr. Harold.
That's a that's I've heard that's happening across Africa, especially with a lot of the Chinese firms moving in and doing these massive projects that the countries can't pay for.
No.
That's part of what's going on in Nigeria. Said in the crooked people that they've got that's stealing all the gold and the money. There's a lot of discord, and the reason why I know that is I have 2 Nigerians working for me. And, they have a class system there. If you're in one class, you are liable to get more than the other class.
Lou, I just see something online, and it says it's talking about the statue, and it says seated on the man's left arm is a child whose gesture guides the viewer's gaze towards the water.
Yeah, you're right. I was wrong. I was totally wrong. He's pointing west towards the water.
Towards the water, right.
And I think Alex said he's pointing towards the African diaspora, that all the Africans who are in Africa, pointing to them. That's what you said, right, Alex?
Yeah. They at some point, I think I said, yeah, they're pointing to the water, like Brenda said, but like in that site, they said to the US, but in that direction, like the opposite direction. Yeah, it's a lot of meaning in that statue.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe we should do a lunch club just on that statue. What do y'all think?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah,
maybe
that has a lot of things going on with that statue.
Yeah, Alex, why don't let's take that as a follow-up, okay?
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind. That's a good suggestion, everyone.
And we can do our homework on it.
In comparison to the Statue of Liberty.
Maybe one of our seniors can do the presentation, Alex. And maybe it's one of those things that we can pay them to do a presentation. Just a thought.
Yeah. We've done
Hey,
something
Ron and
in the
Brenda.
past, so we'll definitely keep that in
Ron and
mind.
Brenda, get ready.
I hope the information that we presented so far today has been interesting.
All right, well, let me continue because I'm not even halfway through and we're past halftime. All right, so here we are. Oh, hold on, this is powerful. So, okay, so we just finished our installing computer labs in 2 schools. We trained the teachers, all that. Now it's time to have fun. So how do Senegalese have fun? Anybody know what their major sports pastime is in Senegal?
Soccer.
Football. Isn't it?
No.
Some kind of football or something.
No. I should say what is their major pastime that's uniquely Senegalese? It's uniquely Senegalese.
Is it a dance?
I'll give you the answer right here. Let me know when you know what it is. So I'm gonna when you go through the Senegal countryside, there's billboards all over the place advertising upcoming wrestling matches in the small villages and the big cities. It's a huge sport. And I mean, it is powerful. I always wanted to go to one, but I didn't. But it's a powerful thing to witness. And so I want to show you an actual event, what it looks like. I won't be able to play the whole thing. Brenda, you raise your hand, Brenda.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I mean to put it down. Sorry.
Brenda Thompson.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, okay, not me. Okay.
Okay, I'm going off course. I saw the water, and most hurricanes comes from Africa to the United States. What brings all of that to us? What happens in Africa to bring the hurricanes towards us? Well, I never saw anything that happened in Africa. I'm curious.
It's the winds. The winds.
Way of the wind and the water.
The way the wind
are in
the water
in the
moves
globe.
The earth. It's the same way that Africans from South Africa could come up to North America because of what they call the trade winds. It's the winds and the way the water flows that brings it this way.
Okay. So nothing happens in Africa when, I guess, because the wind is coming away from them.
Yeah. You think a spell is being cast on Senegal this way?
No, I'm just curious.
I'm teasing.
You know, it may have something to do with all that dust in the air too. Like, I wonder if that dust gathers moisture, becomes water droplets. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I'm just guessing.
You have something make me want to think and study some a little.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's a real wrestling match right here. So let's get that going. Any comments about that wrestling match anybody wants to make?
They don't wear gloves.
And
they don't wear gloves, right? Whoa! They don't wear gloves.
No.
You see that?
It's like a combination of that Chinese thing and the boxing, but without gloves.
Sumo. You're talking about sumo.
Yeah, yeah.
Martial arts and boxing.
Yeah.
Those guys look as
wrestlers.
They looked as tougher than any heavyweight I've ever seen in America. Those guys look tough, didn't they? Whoa! My gosh!
No like the sumo guys. The sumo wrestlers are much bigger, and the strength in both of them. But I'm looking at the size of the sumo wrestlers and the Africans there. So it's mostly muscle, a lot of muscle, I guess. I don't know.
The sumo wrestler, all they do is wrestle. They was wrestling and doing martial arts.
Yeah.
There's a hitting in everything.
Yeah.
Great. Well, so that was one form of taking time off, enjoying themselves wrestling. Another one is dancing. So I think some folks here would prefer the dancing over the wrestling. So let's do a little. Here's some of the Senegalese dancing. Here we go. Any comments about that? This is actually something we all attended, or actually it happened at our where we were staying. It just happened spontaneously. Any thoughts or comments?
Yeah, they're making their own music and they're dancing with their babies.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Making their own music.
Hand clap, drums, and singing. Yes.
Yeah, that was powerful. So it didn't take long for the rest of us to want to join in. So one of our guys decided to join in here.
Yeah.
Is that you, Lou?
No.
It's not.
right, so I couldn't let my other North American friends let those fine ladies think that we all dance that way. So I had to put on a little of my DC action, and I let it rip.
Get it, Lou. Get it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my, what, Lord, Lou.
That's me
Yes,
right there.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, Lou.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun. And they
You
were
represented well, Lou. You represented
Oh my
well.
goodness, Lou.
What's that?
Don't know sometime when they dance, it means something sometime when they dance.
Yeah.
Like they dance for somebody sick or somebody what's the word?
If there's a ceremony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ceremony.
or different things. Yeah, their dancing means something.
Well, Alex, can you research that maybe right now while I'm going to the next slide?
Yeah.
Like, what does Senegalese dancing mean?
Now I know where the Soul Train line comes from.
Hey.
Lou started it.
Lou, I can tell you from DC. You was dropping it, Slim. You was dropping it. Yeah. Drop it like it's hot.
Yes, Lord.
Because when we dance, we don't dance with different mean, we just dance to have fun.
Just jump out there.
Some of us do. Some of us don't. Some of us dance to the Lord.
Oh, yeah. Amen. Yeah. Amen.
It says the instruments heard in Senegalese music are similar to instruments used in the cultures of West Africa. And like much of Africa, drumming plays an important role in their music. More specifically, they're known for a type of drum called the sabar. The sabar drum is brought to us from the Serer people. Originally, it was used as a means of communication and could be heard from nearly 9.3 miles away. One of the most notable features of Senegalese music and dance traditions is a type of dance known as the mbalaks, meaning rhythm in Wolof. This dance was developed during the 70s in Senegal and the Gambia. Part of it is based on traditional Serer religious music, and part of it is based on rhythms and styles of the African diaspora: jazz, blues, rock, R&B, hip-hop, soul from the US, variete from France, Congolese rumba, and zouk from Africa, several Latin styles from the Caribbean and US. And since they wanted this to be their own urban dance, they chose to sing in Wolof instead of French. The musicians not only use traditional drums, but electric instruments as well.
Wow, that was good. I don't think that was what we were listening to though. I think that was more traditional. What we were watching.
Like local language.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a lot more to cover here, folks, and we only have 7 minutes left. So let me go a little quicker. Okay. So now the last thing we did on our is when you go to Senegal, a very common thing is to go to Gorée Island. It's called Gorée. I think they call it Gorée Island. It's an island off the coast of Dakar. So here I am going on the boat, and with my teammates here. And that's off the coast. Here we are. That's Daniel and the other gentleman. God, I'm forgetting the name. I can't believe it. Both great guys. And this is Gorée Island. Gorée Island, it's called. So I'm gonna. The House of Slaves. Okay, so this is I'm not sure if I should play this or not.
Yeah, play it.
This was an island. This whole Gorée Island was built by the Portuguese, and this video will show you a little bit about it. So I'm going to play it. Island of Gorée. The island of Gorée is located off the coast of Dakar, the capital city of Senegal. Most of the colorful houses on the island belong to slave traders. Slaves were brought from various parts of Africa and exported from the island of Gorée to work on sugar. What was that?
Huh?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Anne wasn't speaking to us, Lou.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And coffee plantations in the New World. This house is known as the House of the Slaves. It belonged to a slave merchant. Here in the courtyard, slaves were evaluated before being sold. The first floor was a living space for the traders. The rooms on the ground floor have lower ceilings and were used to keep slaves. They were chained here for up to 3 months, waiting for the arrival of the slave ship. There is a door facing the ocean in one of the slave rooms. It is known as the door of no return. Slaves were loaded onto the ships through this door and sent to the New World, never to return. Arriving here are students of history and culture from an American university. They are here to see for themselves how human beings were traded.
The doors open like that.
This is a copy of the chain used to attach the ankles of the slaves. This chain was used to attach 2 slaves by their feet. A very big iron ball was placed in the middle.
With one hand, it's not
The ball weighed over 10 kilos. Slaves could not move easily. Running away was virtually impossible. This is a typical cell used to keep male slaves. We can see it is very small, only 2.6 meters square, but it used to keep between 15 and 20 men. Over 4 centuries, between the 16th and 19th centuries, Africans were victims of the slave trade. The number of victims is estimated to be around 100 million people.
So I didn't know if I wanted to play that or not, but it's a very painful history on this island, and right now it's a tourist attraction for studies of history. This was actually built by the Portuguese. What we saw in Cape Coast was built by the English. So many European countries were involved in this Holocaust. Any thoughts or comments?
NHK is a really good channel. It's on TV, 26.2 if you're on cable channels or an antenna. They have really great programming, so check out NHK.
Okay. It's part of our world history, Lou. That we can't hide from. That's all.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
it's amazing that they had that many people in that one small area. God. They said 15 people in
that 2-foot square area.
Right.
Yeah.
Think about the slave ships.
That was amazing there.
It shows you what they thought of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's deep. Deep.
Someone said it's a part of history, and
it is.
Yeah, go back to the Soul Train line. I want to see some more dancing.
All right. Well, let's go back to the present day. So here we are, present day.
Boats. It's so cool.
Lots of boats. Nice walkway here. More boats.
So the people of Senegal, of course, have totally taken over the island now.
Portuguese community.
It's a
it was built in the
tourist
1400s.
Spot. Lots of Senegalese
got quite
spend time there.
Interesting
restaurants.
Place.
All those
actually.
buildings are
quite
from
amazing
a
place.
long time ago, though. They were built by the Portuguese a long time ago.
There were fishermen that lived here. That's the boat that we came across right there. And here's the rest of the community all the way around.
So it's mainly a place where the Senegalese go. A lot of school kids. Nice to see this picture of how it is now versus how it was before.
Walking around, discovering the island.
What is your
And then
name,
here we
sir?
are, just walking through the island. I realize it's already 1 o'clock here, so I'm going to skip through this fast.
To come here over the weekend.
Daniel, where should we begin the tour?
Started with tour guide. Where should we? I'm Mustafa.
Hey, Mustafa.
I live over here. I'm looking at tour guide.
Well, no, I've got my 2 tour guides right here.
But let's ask your tour guide, and I live over here. It's up to you.
We have time to do that.
And these are the streets of Gorée Island here.
Well, Paul, let's walk down the street here and show us down the street.
No problem. So waxal ak moom mooy fay. Bu leen d'accord ci
man ba Serigne Touba bëgguma jot. Dama bëgg ngeen bàyyi ma def historique bi. Moom na def lu ko neex après.
Loolu ma d'accord.
Non, dama fi am na officiel price.
Waaw mais waxal ak moom rek.
One thing I know that's about this street,
waaw day wax ak moom ngeen
there's
d'accord.
no traffic.
Ak moom ngeen d'accord. Loolu ñu commencé sans loolu.
Amul activité bi la vous l'aurez fait. Seulement c'est pour nous faire travailler, c'est tout.
Well, this is really a fascinating place, Paul. This is really a fascinating place.
Yes, it's a nice place to be, very quiet.
So is this sort of a tourist kind of a place? Like, do people live here? Do they make it?
1,200 live over here. I mean the population, and there are majority Muslim, 800 Muslim, 400 Christian live in harmony. Down here you will see, the church, the mosque. We still use it since 1822.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice.
The mosque is 1822.
Did you all hear what Daniel was saying? He was commenting on how in Senegal it's very split between Christians and Muslims, and he was commenting how everybody gets along in Senegal. So maybe in the context of today's, what's going on today, we have a lot to learn from the Senegalese, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, that's the end of my presentation, I think. Now I've got to apologize. I don't have any. Oops, sorry. I don't have any quiz questions. So how about we start the next session next week, which will be on Croatia. Next week we're going to move on to Europe, but I'll start next week with trivia about Senegal. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
It works.
All right. Any other thoughts or questions? Anybody want to see anything? I have more videos if you'd like to see other things. I probably have a couple more minutes.
Yeah, I know we have to get wrapped up soon because we've had the Zoom open for a while, Lou.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but I that was so fascinating.
It's always so fascinating, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Well, and please give me some feedback. Is there anything that I should do differently, or something more, maybe some other things less? Please give me some feedback.
I think you're doing good.
Yes.
Lou,
I like the way you do it.
I like to travel, and you doing these presentations. I get the opportunity to travel and not spend any money, not to fly, just enjoy the trip. Thank you.
That's right. That's right.
And I enjoy it as much as you all, probably more. It's you all are such a delight to be with.
I find it more important than, say, fascinating. I mean, some of the things in those clips, this generation of us, we really are the standard bearers for our forefathers, because our children and grandchildren seem to have no idea that they're connected to Africa. By that, I mean, when I saw that leg chain and the ball in between, I could feel when that ball was in that lady's hands. I could feel that. Well, it's hard to explain, but I think it's important that we continue to teach our kids and their kids where they come from and how we all got here and on whose backs, legs, and necks we still stand on.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's important to know your history.
Right.
Always.
And we get to see it through your view and what you saw, that it was important for you to show to others. And you showed things that probably documentation or documentaries would not be showing.
Yeah, it's probably true.
What I got from it also was traveling to Baltimore to the Wax Museum and seeing the ships and the statues and the wax. What you showed today was more. That was just a little bit of what happened on those ships. But what you showed today, even the chains, because I had to leave there because when they had the babies in chains, I couldn't take it. But showing the chains that they made and how big they were, it was more of reality, more than the Wax Museum.
Although the African American Museum is good. Trust me, you have to start at the bottom and work your way up floor by floor. And it shows you from the beginning to the changes that we're going through. Go there.
Anyone else have anything to say? I just want us to thank Lou for presenting this information. It's
thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Lou. Very informative.
Thank you so much.
Very wonderful.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Lou.
We see you next week.
Hey, everybody.
Yep.
See you next week.
All right.
Lou will be with us every Friday at 12, so make sure you come and check out the travel edition of the Lunch Club.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Lou. Bye.